Hi, this is Jen from Tie-Dye Diva Patterns, and I'm going to show you today how to close a gap that you've left in a garment for turning using an invisible or a ladder stitch, two different names for the same stitch. This is a gap that you'd leave sometimes in a reversible garment or sometimes in a stuffed animal so that you can stuff it. The first thing that you do is you want to crisply press under the seam allowances so that these crisp folds are right on your seam line. And that's where you're going to be sewing. Start from the inside and go underneath the seam allowance and come right out on that pressed edge at one end of the gap. It takes a second to get it in the right place. And that's how we start. We don't have to worry about getting in there again. Now we're just going to focus on the edges of this gap, and you're going to cross over to the other side and take a little nip out of the fabric with your needle, maybe 1/8 of an inch, right on the edge that's pressed under. Cross back over, take a little 1/8 inch nip, maybe even a little bit less than that. Don't pull too tight, but pull tight enough to pull the edges together. You're just going to cross back and forth until your gap is closed. You can see already that's closing up nicely, and you can't tell that it's there. It looks so much nicer than finishing this with a sewing machine. And now, through the magic of video, I finished closing that gap. You can't see my stitches. It's a little wrinkly because my hands are sweaty, but a good press is going to take that all out. And then to finish off, you just tie your knot to finish your line of stitches. I like to tie a double knot. I think everyone does. And sink your thread into the fabric. Put out the other side. Some people like to pull real hard to get that knot to pop inside the first layer of fabric. Cut it on the other side, and you've got a nice invisible finish for closing your gap.